Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
This is the next search on February 28, 2020, 7:44 p.m. How does the FBI find people? And people is misspelled P-E-O-O-P-O-N. Did the defendant find out how the FBI finds people in this case? Oh, she found out.
Because he's the guy.
Welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Did you miss me? Bring
the jury.
It is good to be back. We have the thumbnail is done, says I Rescue Dogs. I've got a nearly completed version up here. I'll update it.
The zombie apocalypse may be upon us.
We'll give people just a minute to file in before
Somebody
as
just
they
sent
do
me
that.
a video of roaches fighting.
As they do
I
that.
don't know who won.
Let me jump to this right here. Let's jump to channel 3. Okay, here is our finished thumbnail. The finished thumbnail with everything that has happened in the court. Everything. We've got the desk. We've got the keyboard. We've got, what is that? We've got the day off. All of our major contributors, contributing artists are mentioned down here at the bottom. We've got Tactical Pause. We
Don't
have
miss the forest for the trees.
We have the police, the policy. Let's see, the manual. Looking for a supervisor. The car that's been jacked. Broken glass. We've got a bat on fire. I'm not sure what that means. No spoilers. No spoilers. Boxes, cones. The G unit. Let's see. Marathon, because we're marathon race. Trooper North trial. Everything is on here. Everything. If it's been mentioned, there's a reference to it right here on the thumbnail, which is just awesome. Okay, I think we have about everybody who left from the other one. So we're going to go ahead and, well, let's see. Could you guys see that? Yeah, you could.
Scratch all that. Oh, that was terrible.
We're going to get the latest and greatest. The latest and greatest. This one right here. Nope, that wasn't it. This is.
Alex stole it as well.
Okay, let's see where we can find a good version of this. Who's got the verdict?
I'm not a camel.
Who lost our verdict? Whose job was it? Okay, I think it's this one right here. Let's do a quick test. I think
Because he's the guy.
I think that's it right there. Boom, 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 boom. Hold tight. I think it's 55. Yep, that's it. All right. Okay, so we're gonna pause.
Somebody just sent me a video of roaches fighting.
And guess what?
I don't know who won.
We're going to turn the sounds down just for a little bit. Because after about 3 days of deliberation, in this at the jury, numerous questions, rehearing evidence, rehearing testimony, night after night of sleepless night of going home and thinking this over and coming back. We have a verdict in the trial, in the Brian North trial. You never thought we'd get here, right? You never thought we'd get here, but we have a verdict. Word is it's just coming in now. No spoilers, please. No spoilers. We made it this far. Please don't ruin it now. Oh my goodness. Officer Brian North is charged with manslaughter with a firearm for what happened immediately after, 35 seconds after a high-speed chase came to a stop. The victim in this case had previously been in a store, had shown a knife, had assaulted a Lyft driver, had stolen the Lyft driver's car, not a carjacking, that's different, not a carjacking, but Mubarak Soulemane had then led the police on about a 20-minute or 20-mile high-speed chase, over 100 miles an hour at times. Reckless, hitting police cars, hitting other vehicles. Came to a stop underneath an overpass under I-95 in Connecticut. Police rapidly on the scene boxed him in. He rammed into another civilian vehicle, could not go any further at that point. Could not go any further. And as the officers jumped out and what they call a felony stop, firearms were drawn. It was hectic. It was mayhem. There was noise. Imagine under the overpass, so much noise going on. And in those brief moments, as officers struggled to find out what was going on to get him out of the vehicle, to stop the mayhem, Officer North perceived a weapon in the vehicle. And based on his vantage point, he says he was concerned for the safety of his fellow officers who had been breaking in the window on the other side of the car. The window had been smashed open. A taser was ready for deployment, actually was deployed. The officer who fired the taser, we heard from evidence, literally was processing the decision to fire the taser at the same time Officer North processed the decision to fire his firearm. What did they see? Apparently something the same, that meant there was a problem. They needed to use force. One chose deadly force, one chose less than lethal. The taser was not effective. It hit the car seat. It missed the suspect altogether. But the 7 shots that Officer North fired in the next 1.5 seconds hit their mark. At least 3 of them did, passing through his heart. The victim died on the scene right there. And this case has been asking that question. Did the officer fire? Did the officer fire in a legal situation? Did he fire? Was it justified? Or was this manslaughter? And so the jury's been out deliberating. We're going to pick it up right there after we first review a couple of the super chats. Amazing super chats. Court C, thank you very much. We have a goal. We made it all the way to the end. I can't do a soccer goal yell this late in the day. Tamara Jane, yay. Thank you for staying. Everyone shows support. Super chat, dollar love for RA on this Friday night. Thank you very much, Tamara Jane, for that great comment. Court C, welcome to the gallery as well. And Anita W, welcome to the gallery. We're now going to jump straight into court, which they've just received word that we have a verdict.
Court is again in session. You may be seated. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Marshal.
Hang on one second. We're not going to rush this. We're going to slow this one down. Speed, normal.
Bring the jury.
So we have a note again. It's Court Exhibit 12. Note reads, "We have reached a final decision of this case," signed by the foreperson. You'd like to see it? It's no, thank you. Okay. Anything before I bring in the jury? No, Your Honor. Okay. Could we bring the jury?
Dusty Den, thank you so much. I've been so distracted with this trial that my cat finally convinced me to feed him 2 dinners. Thanks. Cashette, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. That's super kind. Anita W, welcome to the gallery. It's a late night, Friday night verdict. It's going to be a good weekend. On your foots. Cindy Collins, thank you very much for the gifted memberships. Super generous, all of you.
Please be seated.
They were deliberating for about 3 days.
Mr. Clerk.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as your initials are called, please answer here. Rise and remain standing. Initials SF.
Here.
Initials JH.
Here.
Initials RH.
Here.
Initials AC.
Here.
Initials TS.
Here.
Initials MD.
Here.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, in the case of State of Connecticut v. Brian North, have you agreed upon a verdict?
Yes.
Will the defendant Brian North please rise? Will the foreperson of the jury identify himself or herself by stating your initials for the record?
RH.
Mr. Foreperson, will you remain standing? The remaining members of the jury may be seated. In file number AAN CR 2201215880T, State of Connecticut v. Brian North, what say you, Mr. Foreperson? Is he guilty or not guilty on the first count of the crime of manslaughter in the first degree with the firearm in violation of Section 53A, 55, paren A, paren 3, and Section 53A, 55A of the Connecticut General Statutes, with which he stands charged?
Not guilty.
In file number AAN CR 2201215880T, State of Connecticut v. Brian North, What say you, Mr. Foreperson? Is he guilty or not guilty of the lesser included offense of manslaughter in the second degree with the firearm in violation of Connecticut General Statutes 53A, 56, paren A, paren 1, and 53A, 56A, with which he stands charged?
Not guilty.
And file number AAN CR 22-0121-580T, State of Connecticut v. Bryan North. What say you, Mr. Foreperson? Is he guilty or not guilty of the lesser included offense of criminally negligent homicide in violation of Connecticut General Statutes 53A, 55, with which he stands charged?
Not guilty.
Whoa!
Does the court accept this verdict?
Yes.
A clean sweep.
Seated. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please listen to your verdict as it is accepted in order recorded by the court. You, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, each of you do say unanimously that the defendant is not guilty of the crime of manslaughter in the first degree with the firearm in violation of Section 53A, 55, paren A, paren 3, and Section 53, 55A of the Connecticut General Statutes as outlined. You, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, each of you do say unanimously that the defendant is not guilty of the crime of the lesser included offense of manslaughter in the second degree with the firearm in violation of Connecticut General Statutes 53A, 56, paren A, paren 1, and Section 53A, 56A of the Connecticut General Statutes as outlined. You, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, each of you do say unanimously that the defendant is not guilty of the lesser included offense of criminally negligent homicide in violation of Section 53A, 55 of the Connecticut General Statutes as outlined. Mr. Foreperson, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, is this your verdict, so say you all?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow.
Would either of the parties request that the jurors be polled?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
All right, then.
I thought they just pulled the jurors, but well, they wow.
Your work is done here. You have the thanks of the state of Connecticut and the court and the parties. This was a difficult case. The work that you did was hard. And like I told you in the first place, you won't ever forget it. So you are discharged. Your jury service is complete. I would ask that if you could remain in the room behind here for a few minutes, because I'd like to speak. You're excused.
And with that, Officer North is a free man. I mean, he was free before, but he's out on bond. That's going to be.
Anything from counsel?
Not from the state, Your Honor. Not from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, you have been acquitted. You are discharged. Do we have anything else we need to do here?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then we are adjourned.
Just like that. Wow.
All rise.
Wow. A long 4 years to get to this point. I don't know. I don't know if he goes back to be a police officer. I don't know what his status was there. He shakes hands with his defense. I believe that looks like his dad. I think that's his dad. It's got to be a hug. Yeah, that's his dad. There we go. There's Connecticut for us. All right. Wow. That was. Honestly, I thought that with all the lesser includeds that were included, well, the two lesser includeds, that it would be so easy to get a conviction. I do feel that, right or wrong, based on the law in Connecticut, how the law is written, I think we basically have a witness that we have every reason to believe, because we haven't had any reason to disbelieve him. That he was not discredited. He wasn't impeached on the stand, and he said everything correctly in what appeared to me a truthful manner. So he said everything right. That the law was such that he would be found not guilty. But it just seemed to me that with the lesser includeds in there as an option, that would be so easy for a compromise verdict. Instead, after 3 days of deliberation, They went with a clean sweep, not guilty across the board. Sad day for the family. The news is that as the verdict was read, the family members walked out of court this afternoon. Very, very unhappy, wanting justice for Mr. Soulemane, and feeling like they didn't get it. Wow. I have to admit also that this seemed like a difficult case to prosecute, because the evidence that was provided, that we had on this case, was such that they had to basically say, you have to disbelieve what the officer says. Okay, you have to disbelieve the officer, and the officer comes across, Mr. North came across as forthcoming and truthful on the stand. Yes, it was prepared. Yes, he knew exactly what to say. He had his attorney talk to him, but his demeanor was such that he was not caught in any lies. They did not impeach him in any way. He had admitted some things that were not to his benefit, I think, and because of that, I think the jury could not disbelieve the evidence that he provided on the stand, which, if on its own, is it forces, it's an affirmative defense. Okay, and it forces the other side to have to disprove his position as reasonable, and I don't think they could overcome that burden. So that was difficult. But wow. Let's see, our objection counter. I think we reached 66. Was that the total? Yeah, it was 66 on the objection counter. I'm so glad we did that instead of the ums. We would have been up in the thousands, just counting mine, let alone. There was a press conference after. I cannot show you that. Those are really tricky to provide. It doesn't work with pool media. It does not work the same way with those. So, yeah. 3 days is intensive for the jury. They definitely put their time in. This is not something that was like a gut reaction. I think the jury really did deliberate hard on these issues and on the evidence as well. So that was 6 jurors. 6 jurors came to that conclusion. 2 women, 4 men, is what we hear. There's a wrongful death lawsuit still happening, so he's not 100% in the clear. Right, Tammy. And the wrongful death lawsuits, it will be harder. I mean, this does not help the wrongful death lawsuit at all. It will be harder to find this, because basically we're now in the same position as if the state had reviewed this case and then found that it was a justifiable shooting. It still is a possibility for culpability and financial culpability to be found in a wrongful death lawsuit, but it's going to be an uphill battle on that one. When did the verdict come through for real? It came through this afternoon, and we kept that secret from you. And let me just say, I think I've timed out, 30 people. There are 30 people or so who may be watching right now who can't chat. And it wasn't that anything was, well, there was one of them. One of them was deliberately trying to find ways around the words we had blocked to prevent people from accidentally sharing the verdict. And that person won't be on the channel again. I took care of that because it was very deliberate, and I know personally that they did this deliberately, trying to ruin it for everybody. Everyone else, tomorrow's a new day, and when we go live again, all the chat privileges will be restored. I don't hold any grudges. So please don't think that I'm angry with anyone. If you do have questions about what I've done or what the mods have done, they've done it on my instructions. So take it out on me. My burner phone's available. Give me a call. I'd be happy to talk it over with you. And love you all. I appreciate it. I really do. It's just so very difficult to. I got spoiled that a verdict happened in the thumbnail when I clicked on your stream. Yeah, it's. There's all that. So many of you did such a great job. This is great practice. We like to follow trials that are live for this very reason, because a verdict can't be ruined for us that way. That's why we prefer the live trials. But maybe this was self-unaliving. Crazy Cat Queen, based on what we heard early in the trial, I think that sadly this was a mental health issue, and so Mr. Soulemane wasn't dealing with a full deck. His reality was not what everyone else was perceiving, and because of that, his decision making skills was definitely or his ability to make rational decisions was compromised. So that led to that. Amber says, I even waited to post or announce it in Discord so it didn't ruin for those watching. Thank you. Big shout out to the folks in Discord as the gavel drops. That Discord page is sort of close friends with this channel. I don't run it. I can't help you out there at all. But they have the best information. They have documents from every court case that we've ever wanted to follow. If you're into Discord or would like to be Discord, we'll drop the command right here. Thank you, 6volt. Let's see that. We'll pop that on the screen. You click that link, you can go over there. If you need help, just ask for help on that big main chat page, and people will walk you through. They'll show you. You can spend all night there just reading through documents and reading about cases and the cases you heard about but hadn't heard in the news lately. These people follow it, and they've got all the details for you. So huge shout out to the mods. Oh my goodness, so we overworked them today. Thank you. Oh my goodness. We have the very, very, very best mods on the whole interwebs, and they work their tail ends off. Some of them are up all night and early morning. Some of them are working while working, so they have other jobs at the same time. Angela, you are the internet winner. Angela, let me just put this up on the screen so I can say this. You are first in chat today. You're officially sentenced with internet ownership for the entire weekend. And this is your first offense, but it doesn't relieve you from the punishment. We're still going to throw the full sentence at you. You get internet ownership for the whole weekend. It makes you eligible to pay the fine, pay the fee, and get your own copy of your crime from the merchandise page, where you can download it and then fill in your own name, and then add it to your resume, put it on the wall.
And I will actually, I have one advantage that I have a cell tower that is just around my corner. So that's if I'm meeting a dog, I can just go over there.
I can almost make out what you're saying. It's like somebody's drumming while you're talk.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. That's better.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. I was saying that I have that a cell tower is just around the corner from my house.
Oh, good.
So that won't be a problem for me.
Good. So you've got the internet for the weekend.
Yeah.
I won't be on the internet tomorrow. I'm replacing my bathroom, like most of it. So I have to get a little bit of sleep. It starts 8:30 in the morning for me. But
it's 1:38 here in Sweden. Just so you know. Once again, I can't sleep like last night.
Yes. Angela, thank you so much. I hate to be the reason why you're not sleeping.
No, you're not. There is a reason why I'm calling, actually.
What's that?
There is yesterday for you, earlier today, someone called, I don't know where from, or I don't remember, and I don't remember who exactly called, but someone called that said that people are getting, younger police officers are getting a little trigger happy. Mm-hmm. And after that, I actually Googled around, but also I love cop shows and I love crime shows. So most of the police academies in whole U.S., even FBI, even NCIS, DAA, and so on and so forth, around 20 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is just shy under 6 months or just over 5 months.
Yeah.
And that's not a lot.
Lots of training's needed. A lot of it, they do it like on the job, right? You get your badge, and they're like, "Well, you'll learn. We'll show you as it goes. You got your gun, you got your badge, handcuffs. The rest you can learn down the road. So we'll teach you as it goes."
I'm gonna citate someone. I don't remember, but it was some cop who said that they gave him the gun the first day on the job, while there was a doctor, or I don't know, who commented like, "Oh, they did not give me a solo patient for like 3 years or something like that," which is crazy, because you trust the mental state of a police officer, considering everything that is going around the world right now. I think that 20 weeks isn't a lot, and I agree with Evie. 6 months isn't a lot of training. Yeah. In Sweden, we actually have there is you have to apply for colleges. It just opened yesterday, and a lot of police academy came up, and you actually go to college to be a police officer here, and most of Europe. And college is 4 years. You also have to be like 20 and like have a driver license for a year and so on. There are a few other requirements. I don't remember. But I don't say you have to go to college in order to be a police officer. 20 weeks is a little.
Yeah, you need post certification in most places. Police officer standardized training, and sometimes, I mean, that's usually handled at a state level. And once you've got that post certification, you can be hired by different agencies, and generally they have additional training of some sort or periods of probation and where you're the second. You've got a senior officer with you and things like that, but. Angela, we're going to have to wrap this up. It's been 12 hours.
Yes.
I've got to get some sleep. But
I just wanted to follow up on someone that already called, and I do agree. I don't know who that person is. If that person is in the chat, I want to say I agree with you. Yeah. That person probably knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you. So thank you so much. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, Angela. Enjoy the internet. Yes.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Fun. Bye. All right, we are going to portal everybody over to our good friend, Rob from Law and Lumber, who right now is beginning his nighttime wrap-up, Friday Night Frenzy. So if you are still want a little more, if you're a glutton for punishment and you need more true crime before your weekend starts, FNF is starting in just a moment, so we're going to portal people over there. Please, when you land, please click the like button. Tell him thanks for what he does. He's a great attorney. He's a great YouTuber. He's a great friend of the channel. I appreciate that. We're going to portal people over there. And if you haven't, when you land there, please also subscribe and leave a good comment or something. It's good. Tonight, when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again Monday morning, 8:30, 8:45-ish. Rob's going to be 10 minutes late. I'm counting on that. He was supposed to start at 8:30, and it's 8:43. So time is a construct. So you guys have fun. I might pop in over there at Rob's just briefly as well. So have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful week. Thanks for watching the speed trial with us. We'll catch you again Monday with more true crime. We'll see you.
When are we going to break for lunch, Joe?